my name is Gillian, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you about how my family and I live for free. We don't have any housing payment at all, and exactly how we managed to get into that situation. So I have a question for you. How different would your life look if you did not have a housing payment? You would probably have a lot more income every month that you could dispose of how you wanted to. Maybe your savings would grow a lot faster, or maybe you'd just have a more income to go on vacations or eat out more frequently. Regardless of how you'd spend the money, I think you'd agree that your life would probably look a whole lot different. So that's why I want to share with you exactly what we did to be able to get into a position where we do not have to pay for our housing. A couple of years ago, when I was 21, we made the choice to invest in a multifamily investment property. Now, what this means is we bought some houses that were attached together, like a duplex or a triplex. In our case, it was 3 townhouses, so it's 3 houses all that are one building on one property. Now, you might think that that sounds really crazy, like it'd be super expensive, but in reality, it cost less than 2 separate properties would have cost. So in our area, you can buy a house, a single family house, for maybe about $150,000, but we bought this triplex, 3 houses that were attached together, for just $200,000. So it wasn't actually that much more than a single family home would have been, but we get to rent out the other 2 units and we get to live in one of them. The rent from the other 2 units more than pays for our mortgage, so we get to live here completely for free. It means that we have a lot more disposable income every month, so we are able to save faster so that we can invest more frequently and to a greater extent, and we also have more disposable income every month that we can spend on anything that we like. When we bought our first investment property, we were definitely not rolling in it. My husband was working a job that paid barely more than minimum wage, and I was doing freelance work working for myself. The work I was doing paid me by the hour, and I was only working about 30 hours per week. So we did have 2 incomes, but neither of us were making very much money at that time. However, even with our small incomes and the fact that we had only had credit cards, we'd only been married, we'd only had cars for a few years, we still were able to save up a fair amount of money, about $10,000, and use that as the down payment on this property. Our credit scores were high, but nothing crazy. I think that they were about 750, so good but not excellent, and the reason for that was just because we didn't have a very long credit history. But despite the fact that we didn't have a whole lot of money saved up and we didn't have extremely high credit scores, we still qualified to buy this property. We got a moderately good interest rate. It wasn't the world's most amazing interest rate, and this property wasn't the most amazing deal. But that is kind of the beauty of our story and the reason why I think it can be so helpful to you. Even though we only got a mediocre interest rate and we paid a decently high price for our house, the math still all worked out so that we get to live here completely for free. Now, this isn't our dream house, but it's a stepping stone in the direction that we want to go. Eventually, we would like to have a bigger, nicer house in a more beautiful location. But for the present, living here allows us to have 0 housing payment so that we can save our money more quickly, so that we can make more investments, which will create more revenue, so that we can one day have our dream house. When we bought this property, it was the first real property that we had actually bought, and we didn't know anything about buying houses, but we didn't let that stop us. Bankers and real estate agents are more than happy to help you out with this process because they would really like you to buy a house because they get a commission. Because these people have a vested interest in you finding a house that you are actually interested in buying and the whole thing going smoothly, they are willing to spend lots of time helping you figure everything out. So if you are interested in buying your first investment property so that you can have more income or so that you can start building up your equity for investing in the future, don't let it stop you if you don't know what you're doing. There are lots of books you can read. I started out by reading books about real estate investing, like some of the Rich Dad books and a whole bunch of different books about investing in real estate. And then I just started talking to different realtors and talking to mortgage brokers so that I could figure it out. And it didn't take very long before I was able to purchase this property, like I said, when I was just 21 years old. If you have any questions about how this whole process worked, if you want to give it a try yourself but you're not sure where to start, be sure to drop me a comment down below this video. I will be down there. I get notifications whenever someone puts a comment down there, so I will be sure to get you an answer if there's anything that you are wondering about, and I would be happy to help. Also, if you're interested in seeing more videos like this in the future, then be sure to give it a thumbs up so that I know you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to my channel if you're interested in seeing more videos from me in the future. I publish 1 or 2 videos every single week, and I would love to have you join me for the next one.